Rightio people, welcome back. We've got an exciting job today, one that I haven't done in absolutely years. We are going to be fitting this beautiful staircase here into this opening up here. Now we have got a couple of little issues that I'm going to address with you guys as we go along, but overall really nice set of staircase here, not a bit of MDF in sight. This is all pine and plywood, so really nice staircase. We've got a kite and winder at the bottom and a turn. I will explain terminology as we go along, because there's a little bit, it's like kites and winders. Unless you're a carpenter, you're not going to know what that is. So let me take you lot up there to show you the first problem that we've got, and how I'm going to get around that problem. Let's do that. Okay, so up the temporary staircase we go. So little problem we've got here is, let me start here. We've got these three joists along here that are essentially floating. They are counterbalanced off of there, but they're floating, which isn't ideal. We don't want that. So we do need to tie into here, and we need to tie into, sorry, the wall over here. But I'll explain that. This piece of timber here is just temporary. This is just so I can get some levels. That's not the bit we're going to use. But if you look there, this piece of timber is sitting level, and this floor here is a mile out. So what I need to do is I need to fix this level, because this is where the staircase is going to sit. So once we've done that, I will be replacing this floor there to match up with the floor we've got in here. Sorry, this is really awkward up a ladder. So what I'll have to do is taper this flooring down after the fact. So I'll have to take this floor up, and I'll have to feather this joist and this joist from that doorway to nothing along there. I hope that makes sense. It should do. But the first thing that we need to do, that's going to be another job. That's not going to be today's video. The first thing we need to do is get these joists here tied into this wall. This wall here is pretty easy. We'll just bang a joist hanger straight onto there, and then we can set our joist in. And it's essentially going to be the same here. I'm going to put a joist hanger on this wall here, and we can fix in. Now, filming is not going to be the easiest, because obviously I'm up a ladder, but I will set you up on a tripod down there just so you can see what I'm doing. So, oh, and obviously a bit of 4x2 is not going to do the job. I have got down there, can I show you that? On top of that staircase down there, I've got some nice 6x2s, which are going to be much more suited for the job. So let's get a crack on with that. Okay, so normally I wouldn't want to use joist hangers on this at all going into that wall. What I'd normally do is take a couple of bricks out so that I can sit the joist actually onto the brick wall itself. But being an old cottage that it is, and next door are on the side, that is only a single skin brick wall. So we can't actually take a brick out unless we give the next door neighbours somewhere to hang their coats. So this was really the only option I could come up with in this scenario. Now the saving grace is that we're going to have a cupboard built underneath this as well. So it's going to have plenty of support underneath. And like I said, them joist hangers will take the weight, and we're cantilevered. So overall, I'm happy with this. Yeah, like I said, I'd rather take a couple of bricks out and put it in, but what can you do? Okay, that is that double trimmer in and all secure. I've got to admit that took me a lot longer than it should have done. Yeah, trying to get fixings into this brick wall is not the easiest. Now I will admit screws are not the best thing in the job, because they don't have a great shear force, but like we said, this is cantilevered right the way to the front of the building, so it's not taking the whole weight of the floor, so I'm not worried about that. In an ideal world, we would have got like a chem fix or something up there, but like I said, it's not taking all the weight, it's just assisting the weight, so I'm happy with that. These are hangered on. Well, I've got to get one more hanger on there. Obviously this one here, if you can see, that is hangered off of the main beam, so that's fine. This one's hangered off the wall. I've put a hanger here for that centre one. I've just got to get one more in there. I'm going to do that later, because I want to concentrate on getting this staircase in now. We've got to get a move on. Yeah, I'll show you, actually, if I show you with my phone here, what we're looking like up here. So we're flush here with the floor. Once I nip these joist hangers off, that'll be all good. And there, I have cut that back a little bit, but like I said, I'll have to feather this one and this one in. But I can do that at a later date, so that's all good. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's nice and solid. That will take the weight of the staircase now. So we actually need to get the staircase in. But what I want to do first is, obviously our staircase is going to go back into this opening, but I don't want it to go into the opening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some 12mm bits of 12mm thick bits of this. I'm going to cut some 12mm thick pieces of sterling board to put in here just as a packer to bring it forward. So then one, we've got a nice decent fixing to go to. We can go through the sterling board and into the brickwork. And two, it means we're not going to lose the thickness of our stringer into this, because this is 12mm thick, this plaster on here. I don't want to lose that in there because it'll make it all a little bit tight. So that's my next job. Cut some strips, put in there, and then we need to get a little leg down there so that I can actually lift the staircase in. So get on with that. So these little packing pieces here are simply screwed and plugged in. Like I said, they're only there just as a little packer to give us a solid fixing to go into, rather than floating and trying to get the packing in afterwards. Now this little bit of wall here will be bonded in after the fact, so we do end up having to cut the bottom sections off here, but that's a job for another day. For now, we just want to focus on getting this staircase in. So I've gone with 4 along here because I think that's going to be plenty enough just to get our fixings in. At the end of the day, the staircase can't actually move, so this is all just belt and braces. Like I said, 4 along here should be more than enough. So I've got them all fixed down there, just a few in there. It's just going to give us a couple of fixing points, and I've put that little leg in down there. Now that is only sort of like loose sitting there for a minute, because when I get the actual staircase in, if I find it's in a problem, I can kick it out of the way. It will get fixed in, but not just yet. Yeah, like I said, just sitting there so we can get it in. So we need to take this section out now. That's only temporarily there. I put that there, leveled that all up to give me the height of the bottom. Like I said, it's probably going to be wrong, but it gives you an idea, it gets you in a ballpark. So that out the way, and then we'll get the main flight lifted in, which is going to be fun on my own. I'm not going to lie, it might not look too glamorous on camera, but we'll get it in. It is a lump of a staircase, but it's a nice looking staircase, like I said earlier. So let's stop waffling, let's get that in. Just making myself a little bit of space here, so we've got room to manoeuvre, getting everything out of the way that we could potentially trip over on, which is quite a lot. And it was at this point here where I realised this staircase wasn't going to go in like this. Like I said, haven't done one of these in a while, and I was on my own. So yeah, just trying to think of the best course of action to get this in, and being stubborn and a Taurus like I am, I was just trying to throw this in a couple more times, tried a few different angles, realised that wasn't going to work, so I ended up having to take the staircase completely out, turn it round, although Lewis hasn't figured this out yet, but turn it round, you'll see in the next clip coming up now, and then actually lowering it down from the upside down, if that makes sense. You'll see in a second anyway. Yeah, it was a pig, but we got it there. So right now we are upside down. This staircase is not the right way up, but it was the only way that I could figure out how to get it in. Even with 2 of you, you wouldn't get it in the other way. This was the only way that I could figure out how to do it. And finally we're in. That was not one of the easiest staircases I fitted, but it's in. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Okay, so that was fun. But we have got the staircase all in now. Well, I'll say all in. We've got that part in, and I've just propped this little leg on here. We've got that staircase sitting, can you see that? Nice and level, if I actually get that flat on the tread. Sitting nice and level that way, and we're nice and level that way, so that's all good. And that's been reaffirmed by, if I, hang on, I'll show you. So if I get this newel post here, now I haven't cut this to length yet, and that is sitting in nicely on there, you can see. So that's my next job. I'm going to get this newel post in. I'm going to get this newel post in, and then we can look at getting our winder and all that in. Right, bit of terminology while we're here actually, because I'm saying stuff and you probably don't know. So this is a stringer, the bit that runs right up the side. This part here is your riser. This part's your tread. You've got this little bit here, which you can see is like a triangle shape. That is called a winder. That part there is your bullnose tread, because it terminates at the end. And then see that big kite shaped piece there? That is called a kite, and that is the one that goes in this corner, and then you have another winder above that. So that's a winder, then we'll have a kite here and then another winder. So that's just how you get round your corner. Right, I'll stop waffling. Let's get this all secured in place. Once we're happy and everything fits together, then I can go into my bits of ply here and get myself a decent fix in. Still got a bit of a gap round there that I need to pack, but overall pretty good. A nice generous bit of glue on here. What we don't want to do is create dry glue joints, because that's going to create creaks in our staircase. So like I said, we don't want it to the point where we're going to have glue squeezing out all over the place, but we do want a decent amount in there just to make sure that we've got a firm hold. Making sure we're using a piece of timber there when we're using the hammer on there, so we're not denting any of our stair parts, and putting in the drawbar dowels now. These just help to pull everything up nice and tight and to make sure that the joints don't come apart in time. Okay, so you've just seen me put this newel post on. That's gone on lovely, and you saw I took that brace out and this didn't move, so we're happy, we're in line. Now I've just tried this bottom section in. It's much the same, glued, and put the dowels through there so that'll hold that in place. Now this corner here, let me put you in a bit closer. I'm going to come round. I never know, and I even watched Del, the tool carpenter's video, to see if he does it any differently. I never know how you're supposed to get a fixing in here, because you saw how hard this was for me to put it in. So I'm never going to be able to fix this through the back how I would want to fix it, and then get this staircase in. It's not even going to happen. Even if I had like 2 or 3 of us, it's not going to happen. So I can get a fix in here in this lower section on the angle, and I can put a block of wood in here, which Del the tool carpenter did as well. I could put a glue block on there, and then I think I've always just relied on glue there. I don't know what else you're going to be able to do to get a fix in there. So if anyone knows, let me know down below. I don't know. I mean, glue will be fine, but I just like to, you know, belts and braces, have a mechanical fixing in there as well, but it's not going to happen. So anyway, glue on this, get some glue on this, and then we'll get this in place and all wedged up. Like I said, a glue block in there. For you, those of you who don't know what a glue block is, I will explain that as well. And then we can get our last 2 treads in. Let's do it. Okay, so let's get this bottom section in. Now, luckily the wall was nice and square, so this went in quite simple. Yet again, making sure we're using a block of timber when we're tapping this all in, not to bruise any of our wood. And it's just a case of working backwards and forwards here, just trying to get everything to line up. It can be fiddly, but we got there in the end. In again with the draw dowels, we've got 3 going in here. Nice and simple. Now, the trick with these is not to hammer them to the point where they explode out the back. You just want to hit them till the pitch changes, the sound changes. Okay, so touching some screws in down the bottom. Now, arguably, you could do this on the top section where I was explaining earlier about not knowing how to get a fixing in there. But if you ever wanted to varnish these stairs or have the exposed timber, you don't want to see them
screw holes in there. So yeah, just on the bottom section there, I did put a glue block in that you saw at the bottom there. And then we're first of all dry fitting everything to make sure we're happy with it before we go ahead and get some glue on. But once we know that we're happy and everything's going to tap up, yet again, we're going to get plenty of glue to eliminate squeaks. You will never get rid of squeaks on a staircase completely, but what you don't want is to put a brand new staircase and it creaking. It will creak in time, but yeah, you just don't want it to creak from the moment that it's fitted. So nice bit of glue in there, screwing in this riser into the tread below at the bottom, and then everything gets wedged up and we can get our glue blocks in. So yeah, like I said, there you go, plenty of glue on our wedges, and make sure you really drive them home, pull everything up nice and tight, and then that should eliminate squeaking and movements in the staircase. And there you can see me putting them screws in. I went with 5 screws along here. You could have put more in, I suppose, but I don't know if it's actually needed more than 5. So yeah, pull everything up nice and tight with these wedges, and then here are the glue blocks going on. Now, you don't need to fix these in place. If you've done it properly, you should be able to just glue it, rub it in, and then they should hold themselves in place. And there we go, we can actually start getting some fixings into the wall. Like I said, I don't think this staircase would actually go anywhere without them, but you know, we've got the option there to do it, so we might as well. So we're using some hammer fixings on this, just so we've got a decent fixing.
And there we go, that is the staircase fitted, partially anyway. I know there's no handrail spindles and bits and pieces and all that on there yet, but the customer hasn't decided what they want to go with. So we've got that for now. At least that means that he can actually go to bed without climbing up a ladder. On the whole, went in all right, other than, you know, that palaver with actually getting it in place. We broke a bit of plasterboard here and there. It's not the end of the world, it's not plastered yet, so that's all good. This obviously all needs boarding out underneath and on top and everywhere like that. We've got stuff to do. There will be a cupboard going underneath here. Yet again, haven't decided what that's going to look like yet. So that will be coming. There will be additional videos in the future. But overall, really happy with the quality of this and the way it went in. I didn't supply it. I didn't source it. The customer did. But it's really nice. Really good quality staircase. I will be putting out a members only video on all the prices involved in all of this. So if you want to see that and find out how much I charge for this and how much the customer paid for this staircase, there'll be a link in the description to become a member, or just next to the like button there's a join button. You can go there and have a little look at that. But yeah, on the topic of members, they're the wonderful people you can see across the bottom of the screen right now. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. If I rushed over anything, let me know. I haven't fitted a staircase in a long time, so I was remembering how to do this as I went on. But yeah, if you've got any questions at all, hit me in the comments down below and I will get back to all of you. But I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to go for a bike ride, and I might even go for a bike ride to the pub, have a pint and then bike ride back. I'm not sure yet. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.